It was supposed to be the happiest night of her life. But instead, Mia found herself standing outside the glittering ballroom, shivering, not from the cold, but from heartbreak. Her ex, Daniel, had just texted her, "Can't wait to introduce you to my fiancé tonight." The words burned like acid. Fiancé. The same man who had promised her forever only 6 months ago was now flaunting someone new at the charity gala they had planned to attend together. And Mia, a junior event coordinator for the company hosting the event, had no choice but to attend. Her chest tightened as she looked at her reflection in the glass door. Her dress was perfect, her hair done, her heart in pieces. She whispered to herself, "You can do this. Just smile and get through the night." But when she spotted Daniel inside, his hand around the waist of a stunning blonde, her throat went dry. She couldn't bear the pitying looks from their mutual friends. Not tonight. That's when she saw him. A tall man, probably in his mid-30s, stepped out of a sleek black car. His suit was tailored to perfection, his posture confident but calm. There was something about him, commanding, yet kind. Their eyes met for a brief second, and Mia, desperate and impulsive, blurted out before she could stop herself. "Excuse me, can you pretend to be my date for tonight?" The man froze, blinking in surprise. "I'm sorry, what?" Mia's cheeks flushed. "I know this sounds insane, but my ex is in there, and I need someone to make it look like I've moved on. Just for tonight, please." There was a long pause. Then, to her utter shock, the man's lips curved into a faint, amused smile. "All right," he said simply. "Lead the way." She blinked. "Wait, you'll do it." He shrugged. "You asked nicely." Mia didn't know whether to laugh or cry as they walked in together. The stranger placed a gentle hand at the small of her back, guiding her with an ease that made her heart skip. Heads turned. Conversations paused. And when Daniel saw her, his jaw dropped. "Mia," Daniel said, forcing a smile. "You look good. And this must be Ethan," the stranger said smoothly, extending his hand. "Mia's date." Daniel's fake smile faltered. "Nice to meet you." Ethan's handshake was firm, confident. Likewise. As the evening went on, Ethan played the part perfectly, offering her drinks, making her laugh, even pretending to whisper inside jokes that made everyone around them believe they were genuinely in love. And for a while, Mia forgot it was all pretend. Under the soft glow of the chandeliers, she saw something real in his eyes, warmth, patience, and a quiet strength. But halfway through the night, as she thanked him for saving her from humiliation, someone interrupted. Ethan Cole." A voice gasped from across the room. "You're the Ethan Cole, the CEO of Cole Industries." The crowd went silent. Mia's heart stopped. Ethan, her fake date, wasn't just some kind stranger. He was one of the youngest and most successful CEOs in the city, known for his privacy and power. Mia turned to him, stunned. "You're a CEO?" Ethan gave her a small, sheepish smile. "I was hoping to avoid that coming up tonight." Daniel, of course, looked like he'd just swallowed a lemon. After the event, as the crowd thinned, Mia thanked Ethan again. "You didn't have to do all that," she said softly. "You saved me from a really painful night." He shook his head. "You saved me, actually. I was supposed to meet a business partner here, but honestly, you made the night better." Their laughter was soft but genuine. Over the next few days, Ethan and Mia kept in touch. What started as polite texts turned into long conversations that lasted deep into the night. He admired her determination, how she juggled long hours to support her mother's medical bills. She admired his humility, how, despite his success, he remained grounded and sincere. But things weren't easy. The first challenge came when Mia's boss found out she'd brought the CEO of Cole Industries to the gala. Rumors spread quickly. People said she was dating him for money or influence. Mia, proud and hardworking, hated it. "I don't want people thinking I'm using you," she told Ethan one night over dinner. Ethan looked at her gently. "Let them think what they want. We know the truth." But it wasn't that simple. Daniel, jealous and bitter, began spreading stories at her workplace, that Mia had staged the whole thing to get ahead. Her boss called her into the office, questioning her professionalism. It hurt deeply. That evening, she broke down in front of Ethan. "I worked so hard to earn respect. And now they think I slept my way into success." Ethan took her hands, his voice steady. "Then let's prove them wrong, together." I'll tell the press the truth, if I have to. But Mia shook her head. No, I'll clear my name my own way. That was the thing about Mia, she wasn't just strong, she was proud of standing on her own feet. Over the next few weeks, she poured her energy into her work, organizing one of the biggest fundraising events her company had ever hosted. Ethan silently supported her from behind the scenes, donating anonymously, connecting her with people who could help, never once taking credit. But the night before the event, a major sponsor pulled out. Everything she'd worked for was collapsing. Mia sat alone in the empty venue, tears blurring her vision. That's when Ethan showed up, his sleeves rolled up, carrying boxes of decorations. "You're not giving up now," he said simply. "I didn't come this far to watch you quit." Together, they worked through the night, rearranging tables, redoing lights, calling in favors. When the event finally opened, it was breathtaking. Every guest was moved by Mia's passion and dedication. By the end of the night, her boss pulled her aside, eyes misty. "You've outdone yourself, Mia. I'm sorry for ever doubting you." The crowd applauded as the donations poured in, more than double their goal. Mia looked across the room, and there was Ethan, standing quietly in the corner, smiling. After the event ended, she walked up to him. "You didn't have to do all this," she whispered. He smiled softly. "You said that before. Maybe it's time you realize, I wanted to." Her heart raced. Why? Because somewhere between pretending to be your date and watching you fight for everything you believe in, I stopped pretending, he said. Tears filled her eyes. "Ethan," he took her hand gently. "You don't have to say anything now. I just needed you to know." For a long time, neither spoke. The world seemed to fade, leaving just the two of them standing under the soft glow of fairy lights. In the weeks that followed, Mia and Ethan's bond deepened. They faced challenges, his busy schedule, her fear of losing herself in his powerful world, but they learned to meet in the middle. She taught him to slow down and enjoy life beyond boardrooms. He taught her to believe that she didn't have to fight every battle alone. Their love wasn't born from perfection, it grew from pain, trust, and the courage to start again. Months later, at another gala, this time organized by Mia herself, Ethan approached her with a familiar twinkle in his eyes. "So," he said, smiling, "think you could pretend to be my date again?" She laughed, remembering that first night. "Only if you promise not to turn out to be another CEO." He grinned. "No promises." They both laughed, their fingers intertwining, the pain of the past replaced by the strength of what they'd built together. As the music played, Mia looked around at everything she had achieved, the respect, the love, the peace she'd fought for, and realized something profound. Sometimes, life's most beautiful beginnings hide behind the most unexpected moments. Sometimes, the person you meet in your lowest hour turns out to be the one who helps you rise higher than you ever dreamed. Because real love doesn't always come when you're ready, it comes when you need it the most. And as Ethan pulled her close on the dance floor, whispering softly, "You'll never have to pretend again," Mia smiled through her tears. For the first time in a long time, she didn't feel like she was pretending. She was exactly where she was meant to be. Moral of the story: love doesn't always arrive in a perfect package or at the perfect time. Sometimes, it comes disguised as a stranger, a moment of courage, or a desperate plea outside a ballroom. But when it's real, it lifts you, not because someone saves you, but because they remind you how strong you've been all along.